Monday, July 22nd, 2019. Today we'll go over my conspiracy theory about why the Bakkt futures are going to create a lot more BART-Simpson formations, what you can do to protect yourself against that, and we'll go over our bearish view from yesterday to see if our indicators are still pushing for more lower prices. All this on a quick episode of the 24 Hours of Bitcoin. I do invite you to pause the video and read through the disclaimer because this is just market observation, not trading advice. Now we'll start off with our BART-Simpson formation, and we're looking at the 1 hour time frame. And you may wonder what causes this kind of rapid move down, this kind of Bart's hair style, and then a rapid move back up. If we zoom into the 5-minute view, we can see that we had kind of a BART-Simpson formation here the other day. Prices drove up quickly and then they slammed back down in this small range. And then we had an upside down BART-Simpson formation. If we zoom into 1-minute charts, it stands out pretty clear. And you may wonder what causes this. My own conspiracy theory is that it's people taking opposing trades on the open market where they're buying Bitcoin or selling it. And then they are taking the opposite on the futures exchange, so that they can be purchasing up the real Bitcoin using the futures exchange to whip around the actual price of it so that they can be purchasing more and more and more coin. And then of course they're selling, buying and selling, and they can make, the quickest way to make $1 million is find a way to make $1,000 and do it 1,000 times. So if there are 1,000 people who lost $1,000, somebody just made $1 million here. Scale that up, and there's huge amounts of money being switched hands here. Really dangerous stuff if you are watching the short time frame bars. That's why we zoom out to the 4-hour and the 12-hour time frames to make trading decisions, and you make the trades small enough that this time frame of movement is okay within your risk control parameters. Now let's jump into the episode and take a look at what's going on, because I'm watching Bitcoin dominance to see, is it going to top out and come down? Is this going to start off all of the altcoins? But the main purpose of this stream is to go through our indicators over and over to watch them against the chart patterns as they're unfolding. We already know the 1, 2, 3 top formation and the trading pattern, but to see how these indicators actually play out as those patterns unfold is the education. And then we have this resource to go back on any specific day to see what it was actually telling us. So now I'll focus on the 5-year view, the weekly view. This tick down is important, that the RSI has eased off here on the weekly view. Any ticks down at all seem to be followed by sharp moves, so that we have any tick down at all suggests there may be a potential for sharp moves down further from here in the RSI. And being this a top formation, it came up and retested from below and has failed and showing weakness right now. All of this RSI is confirming weaker all the way along on the daily. We get into the 4-hour time frame. And I'm glad to be recording it right now as it's breaking below this formation that we were talking about yesterday. And also to be recording what is happening with the RSI, that it's breaking this little bit of an uptrend it was having to support any kind of strength move. We also see our exponential moving average crossover, the death cross there, is still in place on the 12-hour time frame. Now let's clean that up and go into the 4-hour time frame. Our crossover is here for the 4-hour, so that was part of our exit signal. It did not cross over positive again, so there was no re-enter signal there. And the RSI has broken its uptrend and now is fading off. So here's our first of the divergences where the RSI is definitely diverging off of what the price is doing. And I'm certain now as we go into the 1-hour time frame, it isn't as clear for me, but it's still there, that we have these bottoms and the RSI is weaker as we have a double bottom here. So that's a divergence that we can count. Getting into the closer time frame, it's still not very oversold, and we're down near lows, so it can certainly go down more. Let's on a time schedule here, and I wanted to get this out. So here is the weekly view of the on balance volume, the daily view, weaker on balance, now turning to this. Always wanted to watch, and I'm always watching for when does it turn red before it goes under. This is always interesting for me. It seems to be certainly a reversal, but not clear all the time. It doesn't mean it's going to keep going down with heavy dump. So I want to follow this up now and see how this goes. Clear this off, go into the 3-month view. Less. As we have these highs fading down, we have less volume. It just didn't have as much buying power to keep it going up. And you can see that in this on balance volume. It's great. I love this indicator. So now we have this little wee head and shoulders formation, and it's broken down below it while we have a little bit of negative on balance volume. And there is, I'm looking for that divergence again. Here it is, the shoulders, and it's weaker on this shoulder from this head and shoulders right here. Pretty cool. Now let's go into the 4-hour view. And we can see the same divergence setting up here where it's gone more negative. Into the 1-hour view, okay. Same thing we were pointed out yesterday is this buying strength here, less buying strength here, and then no buying strength. It's actually selling strength. So these kind of BART-Simpson moves are dangerous. They're unpredictable. They come out of nowhere. And if your stops are close, you're whale food. You're shark bait when you're trading in on this kind of time frame and your stop losses are that close. It's that much more risky now for all trades in the cryptocurrencies, even Bitcoin, this big one. In the small time frames, you get chewed up. If you step back to these long time frames and you take smaller positions and do less, you'll do better. So on the weekly, we see the MACD indicators histogram is going down and down and down. Weaker. So that to me says that we've topped and we're going to be coming down, and this is going to cross over. Going into the daily, this is a cool one because I was noticing the similarity to this top here. When I didn't think this was the end of the bull run up at that time. I thought it was still going up, but it made the top formation and it broke. So I made some big sales of my Bitcoin at that time. Now that it's doing the same thing here, I still think it's going up. I still think we're in that parabolic move up, but if it breaks that formation, I want to know ahead of time. I want to go back to today, 6 months from now, and watch this again and verify or not, what am I seeing here and how am I doing with it against my trading plan. So here we had the divergence we called earlier. And sure enough, it's fading off now below this level, come up to retest it and fading off. I know when we get to the Ichimoku Cloud, it's going to look clear. Moving into this time frame, it's crossing over again now. As we zoom in on this, let me get to the right tool. We have a crossover to the negative histogram right at the time that we have this top formation here, the 1, 2, 3 top formation. This is such a great thing to record over and over again. When we get these top formations, we have this crossover on the MACD. Man, that sure coincides well. This is a short sell screaming at us right there. 4-hour time frame, zoom in. This is less clear, but what I am seeing and I'm looking for is the divergence here to back up what we saw in the divergence in the RSI and the divergence we saw in the unbalanced volume. And we're seeing the divergence in the MACD indicator while we have this chart pattern shaping up. These are the moments that you watch and watch and watch and watch and watch and watch for. Now let's go into the Ichimoku Cloud. This is still giving us lots of room. It's no problem for it to come back here for this cloud. That's no problem for the overall uptrend of what's going on here. That's normal and natural. No worries, this chart says, if you're okay with that. This chart says we've got the crossover here. The conversion line crossed over the baseline while we had the 1, 2, 3 top. Now it's coming into the cloud, and it's not crossed. We don't have the twist to the negative yet on the 1 day, but we will. Into the 12-hour. Move this back. It's already twisted negative. We have the crossover of the conversion line under the baseline. It's come up under the cloud and touched it and coming down. This is a sell signal in an Ichimoku Cloud. Now, all the way down as it comes up to touch this cloud and pulls away from it will be sell signals in a downtrend, just as they were buy signals in the uptrend. As it comes and bounces off this cloud and we see this crossover, it's a buy signal right there. It just stands out. Now, as it comes down and we're looking for those, we're looking for the add-on short signals on the way down. And I don't like it either, except that this could be when the altcoins are going to be taking off, which would be good because I'm a bag holder. Let's go back to the 4-hour time frame. It's twisting positive, came up into the cloud, and as it comes out, and this is crossing over to the negative, it's also confirming the sell signal. 1-hour time frame, it was above the cloud, now it's come back through the cloud, and all things are shaping up as down. There's no support here in the cloud underneath on any of these time frames. And on the 15-minute time frame, even worse, negative. And when we're coming up, the price moves away from the cloud and the cloud gets skinny, right, when it's going down on a trend. So as the cloud is thinning out and getting further away from the price, this is confirming that we've got some momentum to this down movement. And I like to observe that. Here, move back to this time frame, and you can see how the cloud got skinny, and then it's getting thicker as we're going sideways. So that says that in the short time frame, we've got some more down incoming. Well, that about wraps it up here for today. I've got an awesome yoga class coming up that I didn't want to miss, but I wanted to get this out as well. So good luck in all of your Bitcoin trading. Watch out for those BART Simpson formations. They are going to whip and saw everybody and get all of our real Bitcoin themselves by using the futures markets to shake everybody out. Watch for it. It's coming. The capitulation low is on the way here. Cheers and good luck. Bye for now. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy my videos here on YouTube, you may also enjoy my newsletter. Begin by downloading the most important trading strategy we teach, and then once a week I send out an inspiring email about making your money work for you by micro-trading cryptocurrencies. You can sign up for that over at digitalcurrencytraders.com. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.